Hi everybody, I'm Mike Sokolowski with Crutchfield, and we're really excited about this relatively new synth from Behringer. It's a 6-voice analog polyphonic synthesizer at an amazing breakthrough price. You're not going to find a synth that has this capability, this power, at anywhere near this price. Something sort of Behringer's known for is breaking those price ceilings, floors, whatever you might want to call them. What I love about this particular piece is that you don't have to have a degree in subtractive synthesis in order to use it and have a really good time. Unlike other great polysynths, I have a pretty well-known polysynth at home that I love, but took me a long time to scale the learning curve. You know, you end up turning controls, adjusting parameters, and nothing is happening because you don't really know what you're doing until you learn. This device can actually teach you in a really fun way. Kind of like skiing, right? The first time you ski, you don't kind of know what you're doing, but you're having a good time. It's accessible. So this is kind of bunny slope, take you to the expert level. And if you're a pro, it's super powerful and it's a different sound. You're always looking for different sounds. Behringer's sound engines are different, unique as they all are. So just a quick layout thing. The instrument is set up very intuitively, so you have kind of your timing engine over here, your arpeggiator, sequencer over here on the left, and then your sources, your sound sources, your LFOs and your oscillators. 2 oscillators, 2 low-frequency oscillators. Oscillators are taking AC current and turning them into waveforms that you can hear, right? That's subtractive synthesis in a nutshell. So you have your sound engine over here, and then over here you have your filtering mechanisms that allow you to sculpt that current into sound, into music. And one other thing I wanted to mention that's also really cool, this central display shows you everything that's going on. Every parameter that you adjust, every control that you use, you can see it. So doing a frequency sweep here, you can see it move. Everything that you adjust. So say I go over here and adjust pitch mod on oscillator 1, that control is reflected here. If I change something else randomly, delay time, LFO 1, you can see it here. So immediate visual feedback, very cool. The other thing that's really cool is if you want to adjust any parameters, you don't have to dive into a folder tree and work your way down to the control that you're looking for. It's kind of like a vertical architecture, so horizontal and then vertical down into what you want to control. So if I want to adjust voltage control filter, I don't have to access it through here. I just press the edit button, and now the parameters for the VCF are in the screen here. So it's all about this at this moment. I get out of it. I want to, edit a waveform. I go to my oscillators and press edit, and I'm in there. So super cool. This was very well thought out. The ergonomics are excellent, and the path that it takes to get to a sound is very quick and easy and fun and satisfying. So you've got everything you want in an analog synth, which is knobs, buttons, sliders, right? It's got it all. It's also got a very solid feel. It's a metal chassis. The controls here are all feel pretty good. The keyboard feels very good. It's a 37-key weighted action. Feels pretty good. It's fun to play. So what I'd like to do now is let's dial in the sound. So what you'd probably want to do is just pick a patch and then deconstruct it, deform it into a sound that you like. Once you've done that, you can save that sound. So I'm going to demonstrate kind of the power of that. So here's a patch that they call rotary roads. I don't know if that sounds like a road, it sounds a little rotary, it sounds more like an organ or something. So I'm going to use this to try to dial in a tabla sound. And don't grade me too harshly. So just start with that. Let's get a few notes that we like. Let's get the arpeggiator going. Let's start slow so we can hear what we're doing. Hold. So we're getting there, right? Still a little too much of a note in there, if you will. But as you can see, we went from this to something a little tabla-esque, right? So that was just a sound that randomly came into my head, and I tried to dial it in. Yeah, that's why people love analog synthesis, because you're sculpting current. Okay, so I'm going to just randomly go through a few presets, totally randomly, and let's see what they sound like. There's pads and lead sounds and, of course, percussive sounds. And you can Now, of course, as with any keyboard, you can adjust octave. If I go down low, we could send these drivers across the room. So I'm not going to do that. Having a subwoofer or larger speakers will pay off with this thing. I'll go down one octave. That's about as low as I want to go. And here. Sort of a piano-ish sound. Easily altered, right? And so here's a patch with arpeggiation built in. I don't have the arpeggiator on. One other thing I need to mention that's very unique about this piece, so it's a complete analog signal path. Again, a polysynth, all analog, but there is a digital effects engine in here, and the effects are provided by TC Electronic, Clark Technic. These are like high-grade digital processing chips that are inside this machine. When you select the effects function, the patch that you're on will have an arrangement of effects already built into it, and then you can adjust those quite easily. So that's the Behringer DeepMind 6 voice analog polyphonic synthesizer. If you have any questions about this or other pro audio gear at Crutchfield, please visit our website, give us a call, chat, email. We're here to help.